I do now.
You learn something new every day. Like also this, the stench of losing is not an easy one to remove. Just ask the Steelers. Steelers and Ravens. The Steelers go into this, the third playoff team to end the regular season with a losing streak of at least 4 games. Spoiler alert, the previous 2 did not make it past the divisional round. Spoiler alert, the Steelers are in trouble because Derrick Henry is a beast. You know who knows that firsthand? Poor Minkah Fitzpatrick. I mean, that's a gain of 34.
That's also a grown man.
That is a very, like, we should have known this was the moment that set the tone. Of course, Lamar loves it. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 13. Lamar just zip. Rashad Bateman. This is the first opening drive touchdown of Lamar's playoff career. This is his 7th playoff game. Maybe this is the beginning of the breakthrough he's been looking for. Second quarter, still 7-0. Ravens, 2nd and 13 from their own 36. Lamar, he's looking. No 1-5, toddler style. I do it myself. 15 carries, 81 yards for Lamar. That is a gain of 20. That's the longest of the game. Then 1st and goal from the 8. Lamar, Henry, touchdown. On that Ravens touchdown drive, they ran the ball all 13 plays. 13 plays, 85 yards. That made it 14-0. Steelers with the ball. 3rd and 8 from their own 44. You're like, oh, okay. I see what you're doing, Russell Wilson. I see what you're doing, George Pickens. The problem is, so did the ref. Yes, it's a big gain of 49. However, offensive pass interference. Yep, it was there. Steelers had to punt. It leads to this. Lamar. Isaiah Likely. That's also a stiff arm to Cameron Sutton, who down at the 5. Like the stiff arm theme with this team, who did it better? Don't answer that. Just ignore me. Lamar making something happen. Wide open. Justice Hill. The Ravens picked up 19 first downs in the first half. The Steelers, they ran 18 offensive plays in the half. It was 21-0 at the break. In the third, it's now 21-7. 1st and 10 from the Steelers' 44. Lamar, Henry. Like, the defense is there. Almost quite literally all of them. I think I counted, 6 chasing him? 26 carries. Yep. 186 yards. The Ravens outrushed the Steelers by an absurd number in this game. More on that, spoiler alert. Wilson now, what can you do? Pickens is like, I would like to make up for my earlier issues. That's a great play. That is a great catch. It is also a score. That made it 28-14. Problem is, that would basically do it for the Steelers. In the 4th quarter, on a 4th and 15 from the Ravens 43, Wilson is just going to unleash this. Problem is, no, broken up. Ravens win this one easy. 28-14. They are moving on to the divisional round.
It looked like a movie clip. Like, you know, when, like, I'm going to give Cars. You watch the movie Cars? You're a little bit too old to watch Cars, but anyway, for kids, I was a kid when I watched Kids. I was a kid when I watched Cars, that's all I'm saying. But, you know, when Lightning McQueen just flashing past, and then it's like, that's how Derrick looked when he was running past, and all those guys just, it looked like a movie, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'd rather be watching it than being on the opposite side of the ball. I know that.
I freaking love it.
Okay, sometimes a quote is better when you see it as opposed to when you read it.
Yeah,
that was the case. It was the delivery and everything.
All of it. King Henry, Lamar, whole flock of Ravens, they ran all over the Steelers. Remember when I told you they outrushed them by like an absurd margin? There it is. They set a franchise postseason record to the Ravens, 299 rushing yards. The Steelers had 29. That is not an error. They just had 29. That 270-yard difference is the 3rd largest in a playoff game in NFL history.
You know, congratulations to the Ravens, man. They were the better group today. That was obvious. And really, you know, the X factor was Lamar's unique talents. It seems like every time we got him behind the sticks, he made up for it, or we got him in a possession down circumstance. He extended and won those circumstances, and we never really found a fluid answer all day. Obviously, that was highlighted by our inability to convert 3rd downs in the first half. and they wore us down a little bit. The fatigue component of it became a factor. And so, you can sum it all up to say that they were certainly the better group today.
You've been with this offense now for 3 years. Have you seen signs of growth, and how much more does this team still need to grow offensively?
Yeah, I've seen signs of growth for sure. From past, the first year I've been here, just way more growth for sure.
Which one does that make you optimistic going forward?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. No.
I mean, that's how you feel.
Okay. As for the Steelers, they finish another season at 500 or better, and they end the year again without a playoff win because they have done that 8 seasons in a row now. Their 80 wins in that same time frame are the most by any team over an 8-year span without a playoff win in NFL history.
How about this for a Saturday treat, though? Tim Hasselbeck in the building.
Hello.
Here for Sports Center. Let's start with this wild card action we saw. And this game with the Ravens, look, we knew all season long how good their running attack was with Derrick Henry, with Lamar Jackson. But the Steelers' defense is good. It's perennially been good. How did they just cut them up to this degree, though?
Listen, I just think they're physically better. It is a good Steelers defense, but I think the run game in terms of scheme and personnel just is too good. You have to account for Lamar. You get big plays because he's so fast. But the other aspect of it is Derrick Henry. Now, look, there's some creativity in it. It's Wildcat. Here's Lamar Jackson coming in motion. You see the influence that has on the second-level players. But, Michael, all this is outside zone, and there's Derrick Henry just rolling down the field, and obviously a strong finish to it. Then it's just simple power run game. Look, this is down, and around, basically. It's power left, a kick-out block, and then that's Derrick Henry downhill. You get a hat on a hat, and you get a big physical back finishing runs, that time in the red zone. And so, at times there was some creativity to it, but sometimes it just was, listen, that's just standard downhill power football, and there's nothing you can do about it. You think about it. Baltimore calls about 50 runs in that football game. That's incredible.
Yeah, especially in this day and age.
Exactly. Okay, so you said at times, which made me think of the Steelers, because there were times this season where Russell Wilson was great. But the end result is still the same. It's a playoff opening round loss. If you are the Steelers, how do you move forward? What's the plan? What do you do?
I think you have to look elsewhere. Russell Wilson had a good year. Played better than I thought that he would play this season. But he's 36 years old. And you're in a division with Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. So, the reality is, as well as Russell Wilson played, you have to find a way to become more dynamic, to be better, to be more explosive consistently, and then obviously in the biggest moments. Look, and I don't want that to sound too harsh on Russ. He fought back at a time in this game today that the defense really didn't, but the offense kind of did.
And that Pickens touchdown, that catch was tremendous. For
sure. But I just think with going forward with a 36-year-old quarterback and saying, look, because this was a one-year deal for him. Now you're not going to be able to do that again next year on a one-year deal, and you have to extend something out. That's why I kind of thought it was puzzling that Fields wasn't the guy at some point, because you could actually build around him. You can't do that with Russ. I think you have to look elsewhere.
All right, Tim, sit tight. I want to get your reaction to some of the other action we saw.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Tiger, 19 Tiger.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. He'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. He was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Daniels. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Daniels. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Daniels going to throw for it. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. Play action, now it's Daniels. Sliding out of the pocket. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Daniels looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. To throw is Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Throwing now is Daniels. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Ready, set.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Let's go now. Ready.
Daniels from the gun on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. He's into the secondary, and he is into the end zone for a Commanders touchdown. Terry McLaurin from 8 yards out. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And